TitleMatchNetwork.com.
How did you wind up in WCW that time? Like when you first came, the first time.
I was in WCW before as the blonde cowboy gimmick underneath Jabroni guy. They had me. I wasn't even on a contract, but I was getting $1,000 a week on a verbal commitment, and just floundering, not getting anywhere. Not my feeling about WCW was that your destiny was determined before you ever performed, because if you made $750,000 a year, your contract was negotiated before you performed. So if you made $750,000 and I make $50,000, I'm never going to beat you.
Yeah,
I'm probably not even going to be in the same match as you, even though some of those high-paid guys weren't that over, and some of the lower-paid guys were getting over with the people. That just you were pigeonholed into a certain position, and there was no advancement. And it's not that the blonde-haired guy was getting over it all down there.
Yeah.
But when I came back from Germany one tour, my then wife was pregnant, and I called Diamond Dallas Page, who had a good spot then, and said, "Dally, man, I need a job. My wife's pregnant, man. I need a job." Because I was ready to quit wrestling. I was going to go work at Sears or something. But now I got a baby, and I need money quick.
Yeah.
And so I called Dallas, and I said, "You need somebody to stand next to you, make you look small." I said, "You need the diamond stud."
Huh.
So Dally gave me the black hair gimmick, told me to shave the mustache. He wanted me to have the Rob Lowe stubble. And it was even, our first TV was in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and we ate at a Waffle House right by the building, and we're checking out, paying our bill, and they had a little toothpick thing there. And Dallas went, "Toothpicks." So he said, "Well, we both have toothpicks." I went, "All right." So we're walking, and Dallas used to talk on the way to the ring. He had a microphone, and we were doing this strip the stud gimmick, tear away stuff on him. We're looking for a valet for the stud, and blah, blah, blah. And, but Dallas was talking so much on the way to the ring, his toothpick fell out, and I still had mine. And I went to that camera and went, bang, and then the toothpick thing was mine.
Wow.
But Dallas helped me so much. He drove me crazy, but he helped me a lot. Because as soon as I did that stud gimmick, the first time I was on TV, Pat Patterson called my house and said, "Vince loves the new look."
Really? The first time?
He said, "Did you sign a contract?" And I said, "Pat, I didn't want to work for them." I said, "I wouldn't have called your office every week for a year if I did." I said, "I want to work for your office." He said, "You signed a contract?" I said, "Yeah, I just got back from Atlanta. I signed a 1-year contract." And he said, "Well, don't worry, kid. In a year, you'll be able to tell them New York wants you."
Wow. All right. As far as Dallas Page goes, I mean, Dallas has told stories where he was ribbed a lot, like when he was in WCW. Do you remember him being ribbed a lot back then?
Yeah, I remember one time they had this dude, Firebreaker Chip, or something like that. And he was kind of a muscled up dude. And he was kind of ribbing Dally in the locker room. And a lot of people were giving Dallas stuff because, see, Dallas, in my opinion, Dallas didn't grasp the fact that, to me, if you're an announcer, I always viewed that as being above the wrestlers. If you got the headsets on, you're sitting there announcing, that's kind of being above a wrestler. But Dallas wanted to desperately wrestle. And so he started wrestling, and he was older than a lot of the guys, didn't have any experience, but he had a burning desire and stuff. And Dallas is Dallas, man. He's a kook, he's eccentric. I love him like a brother. But he will drive you crazy if you don't know him. And he's just so upbeat and so positive and talking and doing it. And some guys just, it's the nature of the business. Some guys are just mean,
Yeah.
So one time the guy said something to Dallas, and I'll tell you what, Dallas face socked him and took him down on the floor. And from that minute on, all of a sudden everybody kind of went, whoa, like, oh, Phyllis Diller's tougher than he looks. A lot of the ribbing backed off then. But one time, I can't remember if it was in Charleston, West Virginia, or Morgantown, West Virginia, but we had a battle royal. And it was the managers were also in it. So Dallas was at that point still kind of managing the Diamond Stud. And Humperdinck was in it and stuff like that. So before the match, everybody but Dallas knew that the Steiner Brothers were going to strip Dallas naked in the ring. And Dallas is one of the guys who wear 3 or 4 pair of tights, like spandex, long ones, short ones, under tights, everything. And that's when Dallas was with the Freebirds too. He was managing the Birds. He was managing me. He was with Humperdinck. But the thing is, So we get in the ring, and I'm one of the first ones eliminated. So I'm standing in the back watching with Grizzly Smith. He was the agent. And everybody, as soon as the thing starts, the people who Dallas manages and the Birds, Michael Hayes, everybody just turns around and everybody just starts wailing on Dallas. Some of them are live rounds, and they just start beating him down. And then the Steiners just swoop in and take him down. Boom. And there's a big dog pile on him.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, it's one of the most amazing feats of strength I've ever seen. Rick Steiner, Robbie Rick Steiner, reached down and grabbed Dallas's spandex and just pulled on it. And spandex is pretty tough.
Yeah.
And he pulled on it, and just went till it exploded.
Wow.
Now Dallas is butt-ass naked in the middle of the ring. The people go crazy. They are exploding. They're popping like crazy. Then the funniest thing, some people said was more revolting than seeing Dallas naked was Humperdinck took his Bad Street shirt off and threw it to Dallas. a lot of people went, oh my God, whoa. Because I don't know what's worse, Hump with his shirt off or Dallas naked. But Hump gave him shirt, so Dallas is holding his shirt around like this. And Grizzly says, go get him. So I go get him. The one thing, me and Dallas would butt heads about is, to me, okay, I wouldn't want to be stripped naked in the ring. But if you are, you might as well go with it, right? I mean, you might as well go like, oh my God, And really, because the people were popping, but Dallas did it like, big thing, Like, if he'd went, they would have still been popping today.
Yeah.
But he did the, like he didn't want to sell it, but I think after that was kind of, because the way he took it, like, they went, wow, that's about as big a rib as you can pull on somebody. And you know what? Like, it was kind of initiation for him, I guess. They ribbed him. He took it like a man. He didn't bitch. He didn't complain to the office. He didn't do anything. And then that time he face sucked that dude and took him down, everybody kind of went, leave him alone. Nothing, he's all right,
Or Man Mountain Rock, Max Payne.
Yeah.
He's been shopping this video around for like the last couple of years, like a home video that he took when he went on the road, when he was in the WWF with you guys.
Oh, in the bus or something?
Yeah, and it supposedly has all the guys, a lot of guys doing drugs, one of them might even be Louis Spicoli's on there talking about having sex with a prostitute and stuff. What do you think about?
Which, by the way, was legal in Europe. God bless Louis.
Yes. What do you think about something like that, guy? Now
I think he better be real careful what he does, because he'll get sued, because I didn't sign any kind of release.
Yeah.
He can't make money off it. He can show it to his friends at his house, but he can't commercially distribute something without getting a release from everybody who's on that video, the way I understand it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a shame that he is so talentless and so hard for money that he has to cash in on something like that,
TitleMatchNetwork.com